Hi, Jamie Davis here from the Nursing Show, and here at ANIA 2015 in Philadelphia, we're talking nurse informatics. One of the things that's really interesting in all these conferences that I go to are the poster presenters, the people that are presenting the research that they've compiled for different levels of degrees or programs or certifications that they're in. And I have Nurse Scott Griffith here, and he's in uniform because he's actually a member of the Public Health Service, so he's Lieutenant Commander Griffith.
Thank you.
We can get that right there. But Lieutenant Commander, tell me a little bit about your poster project and what you're studying and what you found.
Well, first of all, my background in nursing is I've been a nurse 20 plus years. I started out as a licensed practical nurse, and then I bridged over, became an associate degree registered nurse, and then eventually got my bachelor's degree, and I'm actually in 2 weeks going to graduate with my master's degree in nursing education. But I've been in informatics for about 5 years, and I currently work for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And we have 118 facilities, and we launched a medical record program in 2006, and we slowly implemented that, and then in 2009 we were live at all institutions. One of the challenges we face is our education. A lot of it's been on-the-job training. So initially, when we created our modules, the modules were 20 to 30 minutes in length as far as the video, and we found that our clinicians, they may watch those when they did their initial training, but as the program progressed, a lot of times at some institutions they didn't get that initial training, and so they learned via OJT that they didn't learn all the bells and whistles that the program had. So what I decided to do 3 years ago was I started testing a pilot project called the Tip of the Week. And so what these tips do is I send an email link out, and it's a 2 to 3 minute vignette. It's got some creative music on the front side to grab their attention, and then we just jump right into the topic, and I show them the different tools that they may not be aware of in the project. So this does a couple of different things. Of course, it reinforces the learning and helps them learn new things, but secondly, it lets them realize that there's a team of us out there that can answer their questions. And so sometimes it just stimulates thought. I'll send the video out, and maybe they write me back and they say, well, I don't have a question about that, but I need to know how to do this other process. And so it kind of, what we say, puts blood in the water. And so maybe at the time I send out this video, I actually get somewhere around, it depends, like I can send it out to over 2,700 clinicians, and sometimes I'll get 20 responses in a day, and then I'll go back and answer those as much as I can with other video tips to share with them. So it's been a really successful project. I did some survey questions about it and found that the end users really liked the short 2 to 3 minute vignettes. It's also been a good way to, if we find a bug, we can send it to the vendor by making these videos, and we can also make them aware of the upcoming changes to the product. And so that's kind of a description of what I'm here talking about this week. But I'm real passionate about teaching, and I think we have to have more active learning, and that's what I'm excited about what I'm doing with Bureau of Prisons.
You know, it's interesting, as a person who's involved in internet media creation and a nurse, I know on the nursing side that a lot of our education is that 20-30 minute, because that's always been thought of as the sweet spot. But I know from my media creation side that what YouTube is telling us is, based on the data that Google collects, they are actually seeing this. Most people don't watch past 4 minutes.
Correct.
So really that short video segment is just the sweet spot for really grabbing attention, especially in a younger audience, as our nurses are going to start being younger and younger and younger. And
I've actually found that some of my clinicians that I work with in the Bureau, the physicians, some of them are a little bit older, and they're not really into the YouTube generation necessarily, but what I found is we're looking for that sweet spot of teaching them and having those 2 to 3 minute moments. And my data that came back on my needs assessment came back very positive. Over 90% of my respondents said, I'm learning from these. These are helping me reinforce knowing how to use this product. And so I'm really excited about the future of the Tips of the Week program, and I'm looking for ways to improve it, make it better, a little bit more streamlined. And so I've been using some different strategies to get how to get the user, not just necessarily to, I mean, I want them to watch it, because I know not everybody does, but that's what I'm excited about, is how do we go forward and how do we get more people engaged in that process. So.
Well, and then we can also teach other people, other nurses that are in your position at hospitals and major healthcare centers, to get that information out in the same way and have that same level of connection and learnability.
Yeah, and I've met a lot of those nurses here this week, just this morning, and just standing by the poster, talking to some of them about what they can do at their institution. So I think this, in fact, I'm hoping to do a podium presentation on it at next year's ANIA. So I'm just excited about the future. And I appreciate you interviewing me.
Well, thank you very much. No, I appreciate you for coming up with the idea. And it's interesting. I always love to see what nurses come up with to do in research, because it's real research. It's not some abstract concept. Right. I always love that nursing research focuses on real actionable things in many cases, so that we can take something we can take and actually improve right now. And you've done that for the people that have talked to you today and this week.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And I want to thank all of you. Remember, you can check out all of the segments here from ANIA 2015 at the channel you're either watching now or over at NursingShow.com.